Welcome back, all. Thanks for tuning back in. You know, I've replayed these things a few times now, trying to get it better and better, trying to come up with better tactics. This one here, bombs. Bombs seem to do the trick. Especially if you're bearing wooden weaponry. And just in case you missed it on an earlier walkthrough video, Sheikah Slate, Treasure Chest Hunter, vital in here. I'm really not seeing anything for crates or barrels or anything really. That's unfortunate. Weapons, nothing. I want to say this round ends with a Hinox. Yep. This is where ice arrows would be a good thing to have. Ay ay ay. Yep. Of course, you don't have to have them. I'm kind of afraid to use them, to be honest. Honestly, I can't remember. As far as fire-based enemies go, just how hairy that's going to get. I love stasis. I'm a huge fan of stasis. So, you know, getting back to preparation, a lot of preparation goes a long way. If you don't have that stasis updated on your Sheikah Slate, that's probably a definite must-have in these. Now somebody just killed themselves. I'll take that. Oopsie. Okay, I'm not going to play around with that dude. I'm in bomb barrel territory here. So I'm being kind of reckless. I don't really advise that. Now that you guys can watch this walkthrough before, you know, actually going into it, you'll be able to kind of count where you're at with your things such as ice arrows and how many exactly you'll need. That's a good thing. Use them if you can. That's all I'm going to say. Now, if I was sitting on 15 or 20 of them, I'd have used them by now and saved all that damage I just took. Alright. I don't see too much else going on here. Just don't get in a rush and miss a few barrels or crates or whatever. Okay, so right off the bat, I see a dancing idiot out there. So you're pretty safe on that very first ledge to your right. I'm gonna bump up my bow here. Actually, scratch that. Jeez. Well, if I could jump properly, that would have been a solid strategy. Because once he sees you, he becomes harder and harder to hit. Case in point. Yep. Ay, my toggles, guys. I'm doing my best here. Bear with me. Alright. Really not a whole lot going on in the way of weaponry, crates, etc. Alright, well. It's a shame that one caught on fire. And those. One thing to point out, ice arrows do put burning weapons out. So all you gotta do is hit one on your enemy holding a burning weapon, and it puts him and his weapon out. In hindsight, that was probably a smarter bet there. Let's see, I don't need these torches. Wasting up inventory. Alright, that's about it. Nothing's pinging on the Chica slate. Don't see too much else for crates or anything to open in here. We are out of here. No. Oh, Guardian, eh? I wonder if that's it. I think that is it, as a matter of fact. Kind of remember this one now. This is kind of where I wish I had that attack power meal. Save on wear and tear on your weaponry. So take advantage of his delayed targeting before he fires to get whatever time you need to get that eye shot in. That's the way, definitely the way around that one. And you know, you could stasis these bomb barrels once again and try to aim them at the Guardian, but those just don't do a ton of damage. You're going to be doing that a while. I think I'm okay on arrows. But I really need our ingredients cooking, to be exact. Yep. Alright, well, nothing's pinging on the Sheikah slate, so I think we're about done here, folks. Not a whole lot to these levels. I guess the hard part is getting through the darkness. Now we got our Hinox. And spears are my favorite weapon for those. Now I kind of wished I had cooked that attack power. I probably should have just done that. Not getting any pings on the Sheikah slate. Whoopsie. Probably don't want to be there. Or maybe I do, if you know what I mean. Okay, he's got leg guards on. That's a bad day. So, my two-handed weapon is doing absolutely nothing there. He's got both of his legs shielded. So unfortunately, folks, you're going to have to fight this one in the dark, the good old-fashioned way with arrow to the eye. This means you can actually hit the eye. And if he's got a tree or something there, it's going to hurt. Your best bet is to get an eye shot, a good clean eye shot. And actually, what I should have done there is, once again, I can't see a thing. Taking advantage of as many eye shots in the air as possible. That's probably what the falcon bow is there for. Well, I can't get his eye from there. I think all I'm doing is making him mad. So I'm just pointing out different tactics, you know. I think I killed this guy on my first walkthrough. It wasn't too hard, it was more trying to figure out different approaches. See, it closes that eye, that's the other problem. Closing his eye, or shielding his eye. And he's got a tree, so that's really going to hurt if he connects with that. So the last thing you want to do is take a hit by a tree trunk. Uh-oh. Oopsie, that wasn't smart. Highly ill-advised. Alright. So, slow and steady wins the race, folks. You know, I tried a few different tactics that time for my first walkthrough video, and I'm right back to pretty much where I was. Knocking him down, put stasis on, and do the damage you can. And I am taking that thunderstorm rod. Okay, so once again, I'm just looking around for anything and everything. And I'm having zero luck. Just not too much in these levels. Alright. So if we're at a cooking pot, and we are, 2 fairies this time. And I think that's gonna be it. So after the next few floors, that should be it. There should be no 3rd cooking pot with 3 fairies, so keep that in mind. Whatever you get here, whatever you cook up here, you don't have to worry about saving ingredients anymore. The more of these things you can take with you, the better. Just keep in mind if you get close and you don't pick it up, that'll scare it off. Now hopefully I'll get some better fish in here. Doesn't look like it. Aye. Well, like I said, these are all starting to blur together. I could have sworn I had attack power or defense fish in one of these. Okay, now we got some high level attack power with that one banana. So if you can manage without it, you're better off at this point. Of course, you got to do what you got to do to get to this point. But if you can hold out for that 4th banana, you're better off for it. Okay, so that's more for the hearts, not necessarily for the speed. And honestly, that's just going to be a refill on stamina. So that one I'll probably go ahead and do. Just for that refill on stamina plus hearts. Because that will refill all your green, so I'm not really getting at the extra. It's just more for the refill on the green. And honestly, I don't know what I'm doing with speed in here anyway, so that's gone. Might as well cook it up. Alright folks, that's that. We'll see you guys on the next round. Thanks for tuning in and best of luck to everybody out there.